Hello guys, this is your one and only Guru B. Today we're going to start a whole different thing, and it's going to be about Java programming. So Java programming language was created in 95 and it is owned by Oracle. So in case you want to download or install Java, you can go to oracle.com and then you can get the latest version of Java. Currently I'm running JDK 16, which is basically the latest version of Java. And Java is run on 3 billion devices. So imagine how powerful and how popular this programming language is. It can be used to develop games, for database connection, for mobile application, especially for Android apps. We can also use it on a web server and application server. We can also use it for desktop application and a whole lot. So it also works on Windows, which you're going to be using, you're going to be seeing very soon, on Linux operating system, on Mac OS, on Raspberry Pi, and a whole lot. It is an open source and it's very free. You don't have to pay for it. It is secure, it is very fast, and very powerful. So there are tens of millions of developers around the world that are using this Java programming language. So in case you have problems on maybe some things or some errors and what have you in your codes and what have you, there are tons of developers that can be able to reach out to you, or you can be able to get information from. It is an OOPS language, that is object-oriented programming language, and it is close to C++ and C#. So if you have done C++ and C#, it'll be easier for you to move over to Java programming. So to run this Java programming, you need something called an IDE. There are different set of IDEs, but most people, or especially for these videos that I'm going to be producing, I'm going to use this Eclipse IDE. So it is specifically for Java programming. There are also another ones out there, but I prefer to use the one, and a whole lot of programmers out there and developers also love to use this one. You can also use your Notepad++ and write your codes, and then you can use your command prompt, which is the CMD, to execute your code. So it's also not a problem, but to have a kind of an environment that best suited for that, instead of moving here and there, it is better that you download the Eclipse, and you can just go to Eclipse website, and then you can be able to download the latest version. I'm also using the latest version of Eclipse as of today's date. So in order to start, we can start up by creating a project. You go to new and you say Java project. So I've already created a project, and within this project I have two. I have Guru B and I have Teah. So we have to create a class to work with today, and I'm going to create a class from here. So I'm going to right click on this guy. What is this guy? Sorry, I think I double click on something. Okay, so right click on this guy. What's the problem? Go to new, and then you say class. So in this one, I'm going to use the default package, which is this one, and I'm just going to put the name of the class here. I'm going to call it which name can I use? There's a problem with naming and stuff. I'm going to call it HSU. Okay, I'm going to call it HSU. That is basically Ohio University. Yeah, let me just leave it as it is. So HSU, and I'm going to include also the public static void, and I think basically that's it. I'm going to also put it on public. If you want to change the package, you can change, but I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to click on finish. So it comes under this guy, and it also comes with a default public class, and it comes with all of these lines so that you can just start up going through. And basically we're going to do all of these things by ourselves. So let me just get rid of this, and you're going to understand bit by bit and in pieces. So let's move as fast as possible. So we assume that you already have Java installed and you just want to know how to now use it. If you don't know how to install it, it's a whole new thing. You can go about and do some research. So we're going to write the code quickly, and then I'm going to come back to explain this code to you. Okay. So public class issue, public class issue, and then we're also going to have our public static void main, and we take a string and also our arguments. So in here as well, we're going to say system that add a print int. What do we want to print? We want to say introduction to Java, intro to Java. Okay, and we end that with semicolon. So let's see if we run this, what happened. I'm going to run it by coming here and clicking on this one. So I have to expand my or bring up my console. I have to open up my console. So here you see intro to Java. Okay, so what's happening here? Public means that this class can be accessed anywhere, and this is the class name. In Java programming, the class name should start with an uppercase letter or a capital letter. Always start the class with an uppercase letter, and the file name should be the same as the class name. So when you are saving your file, the name of that file should be the name of the class .java. Always get that in mind. The class name should start with an uppercase, and the class name and the file name should be the same. And then in here on line 2, we have a public static void. So like I said, public means it can be accessed anywhere. There are public and there's also a private. Private means you can only access it within its own class, but you can, with public, you can access it out of its class in every other places. But once it's private, only in this class you can access it. So static means that this method in Java programming is the same as function. So it means that this function belongs to this HHU class. Okay? Void means that this method or this function returns no value. Okay? And then system.out is what we use to print out information. So in order for the information to be displayed on the screen, or like this, like you see in here, down here, intro to Java, you have to use this print in keyword, and then in a parenthesis with a quotation, you can tell whatever you want for the users to see, and in the end you always close it up with a semicolon. So this is just a syntax or introduction to Java programming, and in other sessions we're going to be covering different things, but this is just the beginning, so that you get a concept of what it is and what you need to know and what some other stuff. I think we can just cover something here. Let me copy this guy and then I paste it here. I also copied it and paste it here. So if I run it, introduction to intro to Java, let's say class 1, and then I'm also going to say here the name is Olano Bloh. Okay, that's my name in case you don't know. So I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it and let's see what happens. So we have this information, right? What I want to show you is in Java programming you can comment on a line, on a single line you can comment on it using this. So if you do this with a 2 backward slash, means that this line is not going to be executed in in the code. So if I run this again, it will only print intro to Java and then my name. You see that? And also there's a single line comment. You can also do a multiple line comment, but this one star, and then you find the next place you want to also end your comment. Okay, so it means that everything from here to here, they are all ignore, or they are all serving as a comment. So it's only going to print intro to Java. So that's it. Multiple line comment and a single line comment. So if you have a whole line of code you just want to comment or ignore, you can use /* */ So that's it for today's session, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, you can, or any suggestion as well, or recommendations, you can let me know by leaving a comment to this video, or you can inbox me. Stay safe, groovy all day, every day.